Hey, I'm Darlene and you're watching a rapid fire art tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 methods to draw the nose from the side, and then I'll show you how to draw a distinctively male and female nose. I'll go over the gender-specific characteristics, and then we'll get into children's noses. I'm going to use my favorite drawing tablet, the Wacom Cintiq Pro 16, and trusty old Photoshop. I'll use blue paint for the construction lines so you can clearly see how the noses were created, looking back. Here's method number 1, and it has to do with circles. I know some of you want to avoid circles at all costs, but they really don't have to be perfect at all. In fact, you can draw an oval or a potato, and it'll probably give you an even better result. Okay, so draw 2 circles of any size beside each other. One for the tip of the nose, and the other is for the wing. Form the tip by drawing around the circle, using it as a loose guideline. Form the bridge by angling in toward the face. And then form the brow, which goes back out again. Draw the bottom of the nose, and then go around the second circle, forming the nose wing. Finally, draw the nostril, which can take on many shapes. I'll talk more about that later. Let's just focus on our circles for now. How about drawing the opposite of this one? Create a small circle for the tip and a large one for the wing. Let's start at the tip. Draw the bridge. Again, just loosely following the guidelines. Wrap your stroke around the side of this circle. You can draw a few light strokes going toward the tip to make the nostrils flare out or appear wider. For an average nose, try drawing 2 similarly shaped circles. You can space them out for a taller nose, and you can also play with the angle by drawing one circle higher or lower than the other. When drawing this part, try not to go past the nose wing. Draw the first circle higher than the second for an upward angled nose. Or level them. This one would give you a very long nose. And then also experiment with combining different sizes and angles together. So for example, here's a large nose tip that is angled up. Okay, that was method 1. Here's method number 2, which you might find a lot more helpful. Let's start by drawing a triangle, just a simple shape with 3 sides. Start with a vertical line. Draw the other side going out like this. Then add a third side by drawing a horizontal line connecting the 2. We're going to use this as a very rough guideline. Let me draw another one, and then I'll switch to a black brush to draw the actual nose. This time, let's draw an additional side, totaling 4 sides to our shape. Start with the vertical line. Angle your bridge out and then down, like way down for a long nose. Draw a line up to here to close the shape. I don't know if you can visualize it yet, but this one's going to turn into a hook nose. Now we can use these to draw more detailed noses. At the top of your shape, draw the brow, which can angle in varying degrees. Use your construction line as a loose guide to form the bridge. I'm going to round off the tip so it looks more natural. Draw the bottom and then the side. The nostril can be drawn as a rotated number 6. Alright, this one's gonna be fun. Start at the top again, creating the brow. Simply follow your guidelines loosely, rounding off the harsh edges as you go. I'm gonna really go off the path here by creating a more shapely tip. Draw the wing over here in the corner. And angle the nostril down, following the general angle of the nose. Now we have two very different nose types. You can use this method to draw any number of unique noses. Here's another example. Draw your vertical line. Maybe curve the bridge instead of using a straight line. Draw a flat tip, and then close the shape. How about something like this? Okay, let's see what we can make out of these. I think with a few added details like creases, this one could look really interesting. Alright, let's draw a few more. By the way, you will never run out of ways to draw unique noses. For example, let's do the triangle one again. I'm going to add 3 more shapes that are different from all the others. Switching to a black brush color. Draw the brow. You can definitely experiment with different angles. How about a bumpy bridge? And this time, let's stick more closely to our construction lines, creating a pointier nose. By the way, the upper lip can be drawn in the middle between wing and tip of the nose. I'm going to quickly go through the last 3 without narrating. The bridge and brow can also be drawn like this, using a very smooth, shallow curve. There are a bunch of different nostril shapes that can be drawn. They look like different loops and hooks of different sizes and lengths, so you can really get creative here. I think these last 2 noses are my favorite. And I could really just go on and draw like 100 more because it's a lot of fun. Alright, let's move on from here. Actually, I want to tie this into the next section, which talks about distinctively masculine and feminine noses. Between the sexes, we actually have quite distinct characteristics. Generally, in males, the brow juts out more, the bridge is taller, there's more cartilage at the tip, and the nostril is larger as well, in order to supply more oxygen to the muscles. If your drawing looks more androgynous, draw this wing part more prominently, and you might be able to tilt the scale so it looks more masculine. Introducing sharper angles might also help. In general, female noses display softer, more rounder edges, shorter bridges, less cartilage, smaller nostrils, and the overall size of the nose is just smaller. Let's draw a very masculine and feminine nose, as well as a young child's nose, and see how they differ. I'm going to use method number 2. Start with a vertical line. Let's bring his bridge out so it's extra tall. Give him a lot of cartilage at the tip. We've got a very angular looking nose here. You can probably tell what the nose will look like already, which is the awesome thing about this method. For the female, maybe a smooth slope for the bridge. Let's draw a curve to form the bottom side, and add another one for the very tip. For children who are just a few years old, the nose is obviously smaller. The bones and cartilage are in their early stages of development, so we want to keep our lines very smooth, especially for the brow and bridge. It's almost like the female nose, except that the bridge is even more concave. For the male example, it's convex. I know the male nose is a very extreme example, so I'll show you one later that's really toned down. Switching back to my black brush so we can draw the detailed noses. I'm going to really angle the brow here so it really just protrudes out of his head. Draw a prominent wing by extending your stroke up and make it quite dark. Lightly, draw a line going towards the tip. And then give him a very large nostril. Here's the difference between a very masculine and feminine brow. Let's draw a nice smooth curve right here, keeping the overall shape round without too many sharp angles. I like to keep the overall shape round without too many sharp angles. When you get to the wing, draw a very small curve so the nose looks more delicate. For the nostril, keep it fairly small and use lighter strokes. Sharp angles are fine. I just like to make sure that the nose is round and smooth overall. The child's nose is sort of just an exaggeration of the female one, where the bridge is extra concave and smooth. So we have a convex, concave, and an extremely concave bridge. The tip is usually very round with little to no detail. If your drawing of a child's nose does not quite look young enough, try drawing a less prominent nose wing, making the curve shorter and lighter than you would draw for an adult. Also create a small nostril that's drawn using a smooth shape, using very light strokes. This is my favorite part. I'm gonna transform the female nose into a male one. Okay, before I do, can you pause the video and try to visualize, or even better, draw this nose and then transform it yourself? You can even screenshot this and draw it digitally over top. Okay, I hope you did it because I really want to see your version of it. I'm starting at the brow, pushing it out more, creating a taller bridge, making the tip more angular, enlarging the nostrils slightly, and putting more emphasis on the side of his nose. And there we have a masculine, feminine, and child's nose drawn using the second method. If you find both methods are helpful, you can actually combine them to make a third. I really hope you guys enjoyed this short tutorial. If you want to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell while you're at it. If you transformed the female nose, please share with me your before and after pictures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.